Equity Market Update, October 2021. Equity markets, which trended higher during the first half of October 2021, lost majority of the gains during the second half, thus ending the month flat on month-on-month basis. Nifty 50 and Sensex ended the month with net gain of 0.3%. The key events and news driving the markets during the month includes Moody's revising its outlook on India to stable from negative while reaffirming the ratings, RBI maintaining the status quo in monetary policy, rising concern over China's real estate sector, etc. Performance of large caps was largely in line with mid caps, but better than small caps during the month. Sectoral performance was mixed, with sectors like auto, power and banking ending the month with strong gains, while FMCG, healthcare and information technology underperformed. Global equities performed better than India, and major indices in US and Europe ended the month with strong positive compared to a month ago. Performance of Asian countries was mixed, with Kospi and Hang Seng ending the month in positive, while Nikkei and Shanghai Composite were negative. FPI sold net equity worth $1.8 billion in October 2021, as against being a net buyer of $1.8 billion in September 2021. On a cumulative basis, FPIs have registered net selling of $0.6 billion in 7M FY22, compared to being net buyer of $12.8 billion in the same period last year. Of the Q2 FY22 results declared so far, results of banks, NBFCs, IT and industrials have been better than expected, while that of utilities, metals, oil and gas, telecom and pharma have been largely in line with expectations. Results of auto, chemicals and consumer staples have been below expectations. Characteristics of equity markets in CY21. Broad-based equity rally in CY21. While the rally in equity market has been strong, the Nifty 50 returns over the past 15 years are largely in line with nominal GDP growth rate over this period. Interestingly, as opposed to movement in Nifty 50 between 2018 and 2020, where bulk of the returns were contributed by top 5 stocks, the rally in 2021 has been relatively broad-based. Further, the broader market has outperformed during the past 1 year, as small and mid-cap stocks registered higher gains than large caps. Rising retail participation. Another important feature of this rally has been significant increase in participation of retail investors, although it has come off its peak in recent months. Further, the intra-settlement trading as a percentage of cash volumes has also risen sharply and is now near all-time highs. In the past, heightened non-institutional activity has been followed by moderate market returns, narrowing pockets of undervaluation, while valuation in select pockets still remains below long-term averages. The gap has reduced considerably in recent times. Outlook. As on 31st October 2021, the Nifty 50 was trading near 21.5x FY23 price to earning ratio. While price to earnings multiple is relatively high compared to historical average, it can be considered reasonable in view of the low interest rate environment and healthy corporate earning outlook. Further, ratio of India's market cap to GDP is near 90%, which is largely in the range 60 to 100%, in which equity markets have trended during past 10 years. Further, the gap between 10Y GSEC and 1Y forward Nifty 50 earning yield touched 2%, slightly higher than its long-term average of 1.7%. Thus, in our view, most indicators are hinting that markets are near fairly valued. Going forward, we expect returns from equities over medium to long term to be in line with overall economic growth. Further, corporate earnings growth is likely to track nominal GDP growth from FY23 onwards, after seeing a robust improvement in FY22. In view of the above, while markets hold promise over the medium to long term, one should moderate returns expectations in line with the expected growth in nominal GDP. We remain optimistic on the economy and equity markets over the medium to long term, given the fall in COVID-19 cases and relaxations in restrictions, easy financial conditions and low cost of capital, comfortable external sector, supportive monetary and fiscal policies, likely improvement in corporate profitability, healthy GST collections, etc. Resurgence of spread of COVID-19, spillover of China real estate issues to global market, premature unwinding of fiscal and monetary stimulus, sharp increase in US yields, rising energy prices resulting in global inflation, higher than expected NPAs, etc. are key risks in the near term. Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.